Venice, where hobby meets hustle. Listen up.
Like, what if my grandma's listening?
Shouts out Corey and Tim. Man, who run this? Surely it's them. Yeah.
Hello again, VIP Lounge. Please welcome to the stage Cassius Marsh, Mr. Dappz himself, and Corey, Fick, and Tim McEnery from Slab Strong. Let's give him a hand.
You're from nowhere.
We gotta give ourselves a hand. Yeah, we're from nowhere.
Wow.
Thanks everybody for coming to the Luddick's, right? Got it?
Luddick's
Lounge. And thanks to all the sponsors, Hobbsy, PWCC, and whoever made that barbecue. Keep crushing it. That stuff's really good.
It is really good.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that. I've already had 2 sandwiches. And being, the one in the best shape up here, I have to say, you guys could eat some.
You look
those
great,
sandwiches.
Corey. You really look
You do.
fit.
Fantastic.
Well, that'll bring us to our first topic. Every one of these people besides me has their own trading card. Now, my question is, who earned it more, right? So we have Cash, who probably spent your whole life training to be an NFL rookie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Takes a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
We have Matt, who broke cards in his bedroom in LA.
He worked hard for that. Very hard.
And got a tan and got some Dappz dolls and brought them around to shows and ends up hanging out with Michael Rubin at his party. And then we have Tim, who bought a big hat that turned that into actually a product from Big League 2023 as a hobby influencer.
I didn't do it.
He crushed
I
it.
say that his is a crazier path than being an NFL player.
It sounds like I'm way ahead of everybody else, is what you're saying.
No, yours was made out of a machine, so I put you last.
Did you make your own custom cards?
He got the Fanatics Super Bowl party 1 of 1.
Wow.
See?
That's way cool. I mean, I only have I think only a couple copies of cards. You've got the Bowmans, and then you've got my UCLA card. Oh, and then the Army All-American card. But outside of that,
My card is a 1-on-1, I'm just saying.
yeah.
Right, but we're not talking about rarity of card. We're saying how you got to get a card.
It's definitely not overprinted, is what I'm saying.
Wait. Can we talk about I know this is a little off subject for you guys, and I'm interested to hear your guys' perspective. Magic the Gathering printed their first ever 1 of 1, right? The Lord of the Rings. Guys, I'm sure everybody saw the huge chase and everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
$2 million bounty, $1 million bounty. I put up my own bounty. And what did you guys think of that? Were you following, or were you interested at all? Or
I'm super interested. I don't really understand. As I understand it, there's a 1 of 1 Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering card, and
Yes.
somebody wants to throw it in a lava pit. That's my basic understanding of it.
So this is based on our conversation. So yeah, there are some people who want to, and they want to purchase the card. So the guy who pulled it is in Canada, and there's a person who's a friend of mine that wants to. His name's Dan Bach. He also put a bounty out, but he wants to purchase the card, and he wants to film the whole process of flying to Hawaii and going to the top of a volcano and dropping it into the volcano. Right. And this is part of the lore of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Follows the whole lore. And I think it's kind of they're rebelling against the serialized cards and Magic. I personally love the serialized cards and Magic. I think that they add so much to the hobby. I think they brought a lot of people into the hobby, and it adds a lot of collectability. In opening boxes is a lot more interesting now that you have something to chase.
Yeah, bringing that up. As I was literally walking in here, I heard a rumor the card is sold. Yep. From a very reputable source.
Really?
The card is sold. It'll be announced later today.
What?
To someone you're very close with.
Okay.
Not a guy who's going to throw it in a volcano. Well, he might. I don't know. But not him. I don't.
Okay.
Now that part I don't know. I didn't confirm who the buyer was.
Okay.
But I have on pretty good authority that the card a deal has been made.
But the buyer is one of my friends.
Yeah, and he's really cool, and actually does also have an Allen Ginter card.
Speaking of volcanoes, the Dappz dolls are
That's
giving
just a
out
rumor.
bags.
That's the rumor.
Free
what card?
bags, $20
Here's a what card?
off on the website.
Allen and
Free.
Ginter. Yeah.
Speaking of volcanoes.
Yeah.
Well, so
Is that Did you just give a pitch right now?
No.
Oh, I was like, yo. What?
I actually
No, he led everybody to his website.
I love it.
Right,
Yeah, Dappz Sports. They're freaking awesome.
I actually-
CashCardsUnlimited.com though. Anybody, in case you were wondering.
Cash Cards is better than Dappz Sports.
I did not say that.
No, I'm plugging you now.
thank
I was
you.
plugging
This
them now.
is
I'm
so
plugging you.
LA.
I love
who can
all these
outplug
guys.
who?
Yeah,
We're just
just
LA.
outplugging
We're
each
just
other.
gonna plug each other.
That's-
That's how.
He's
it
my
works.
friend.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
my
want to
bad.
see everybody.
Back to the lava.
Slab
Yeah.
strong.
So
okay?
someone
Make sure
bought
you
the
guys-
card.
Who? Yeah. Somebody bought the card. That's what I'm. That's
Cash
really
doesn't
what I'm
know, so
interested
now
in.
you're gonna make him sweat on stage
I'm
for the
just
next
making-
Because
however long.
I've been learning. I do think it's cool. I didn't know anything about Magic. I've actually been following you. I was getting all my updates on this from you.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, and I could be totally wrong, part of the reason is, like with the Lotus, aren't there certain cards that it just kind of almost ends the game, so you really don't want to
Right?
necessarily
Is that a
play
playable
it?
card?
It is actually. Okay, so the Black Lotus is a very good card, but it doesn't just end the game. It's just extremely useful. It's like the best actually playable card in the game, and then it also only had 2,000 total printing. So the Alpha Lotus, there's only ever 2,000 printed, and so that
I saw you.
So-
That's still at Beckett right now, right?
yeah.
Can you
I
play it
literally just
Slab?
grade. I haven't revealed the grade I
Okay.
got on it yet, but I definitely went and got some.
If you
some Alpha
slab
card.
it, you can't play it.
Yeah, no.
Wait, I'm curious though. How many people actually play that card?
A ton. There's
Okay.
actually a group of Magic players that will play Alpha cards raw.
Oh,
And I
so
don't mean
people
raw
play them
as in
slabs.
like not slab. I mean raw as in no sleeve.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And they'll like.
That's a little much though. Like
I think so too. I agree with you
like I
completely.
get okay, we're keeping up like the appear, but like okay, just protect it. Like it's just
There's nothing you can do to change their minds. I promise you.
Yeah, because people actually want to play the game.
it's like
Yeah.
buying a cell phone and not
No.
getting a case.
No, they're just they value what they had early on,
And they'll never sell.
It's like they feel like they're honoring like
Yeah.
the you know what I mean, the beginning of the game back when people just used to play it raw. And you actually in tournaments you couldn't have cards and sleeves. You had to play
Not
the
even
cards
in
and
penny
no
sleeves?
No,
Nothing?
nothing. Yeah. So it's interesting.
So it's Magic and all the the trading card games are so similar to sports cards in like just sectors, like baseball nerds. Like they have their own way. Things have to be collected this
Yeah,
way in sets. It's kind of the same.
There's
you
a
know what I
culture
mean?
for every
Yeah,
category.
All of it.
Well, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask, speaking of like sports and what you were talking about playing cards raw. So the 1-of-1 ring card, right? It's the biggest thing out. A lot of people
Yeah.
promoting it. It coming back a 9 doesn't matter.
No, there's only one of them. Honestly, I don't think they should have gave it a grade. I think they should have just authenticated
Authenticated
it.
it,
I
yeah.
mean, that's what I would have done. Honestly, I think a lot of people were shocked that it got graded by PSA, which I'm actually a fan of. I'd love to see PSA like more. I'd love to see more Magic cards and PSA slabs. I think it's obviously a great brand. But like typically when you grade these types of cards, they're hardcore. Beckett because it's been so long. They have the subgrades.
okay.
Subgrades are a big thing for Magic players. But it's interesting to see how the Magic people are kind of waiting to figure out what grading company they're
Yeah.
gonna like. You know what I mean? 'Cause
What is the number 2 behind Beckett for Magic?
I would say CGC.
It is
Yeah,
CGC,
killing
right?
it.
I would say CGC.
Are there subgrades on CGC?
They
or-
took the subgrades away, and
Wow.
that upset a lot of people. I was actually talking to Harshan back there about it, and you know what I mean. It is what it is. I'm sure it's good for the rest of their business, but Magic players are kind of in this weird period where I know big whales that have like millions of dollars in Magic cards that they're just sitting on and waiting to grade because they're unsure about like grading companies right now.
Where they're going to go. I think CGC made the right move, though, by combining it. So now people don't have to go CSG, CGC.
Yeah,
That was a big thing.
I did
for me.
like that. I did like
Yeah.
that. I thought it was weird
All
that they
under
were separate.
one,
Yo,
yeah.
all under one was great, but I mean, I can't say that I love the lack of subgrades.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate them. I think that it gives you a lot more insight to what what.
But is there
what
a grading report on the card? Like if you
no,
look-
no, you don't get no. PSA doesn't give grade reports. No.
No, I know PSA does. I didn't know if CGC because they like if they're already doing the subgrade, I guess they're just getting rid of the complete. But objectively, like somebody has to give all the grades to make the real grade.
Yeah.
So would it hurt them to just throw a barcode on the back and say, if you want to see your subgrades, we're not going to put them on the label, but here they're in the pop report.
Yeah,
Well-
that would be. I mean, I think that would definitely.
Yeah.
What's also bizarre too with PSA is we probably still submit like 1,000 cards a month roughly for
Yeah.
people, and I would say 5 cards a month at most come back with a half grade on it. So like a PSA 8
Really?
and a half.
I
so
thought they got rid of
and
that.
I don't even know.
What?
Yeah,
They-
I didn't.
there's
I
half
don't think
grades
that
still,
they have half
and you
grades.
just there's no transparency with PSA on the
What's the-
subgrades.
yeah.
Right?
They have new thick slabs again. Remember when they came out with thick ones that had this crazy lip on the back? Supposedly there's new thick ones that make it more similar to like CGC. With
Well,
the
it
brick
was
style.
it was my belief that the thick slabs that came out were because of COVID and the supply chain, and like they ran out of
That's-
the regular
yeah.
slabs,
That
and they
makes
just
sense.
had to use those.
Yeah, because they were
in
like
a
turned
pinch.
inside out.
Yeah,
almost,
it didn't
seemed
make
like.
sense
Yeah.
when I was getting them back. I'm like, why would they put this
Well-
card in this slab? I don't dislike them, but it was just it's
like,
odd to
for
feel.
me. I
like-
couldn't even use my product with it. So
you
like,
can't put them in a show your slabs properly. You need
Yes,
to do
you
the-
can actually. It's
you
the
actually
same
have
left,
to-
right, up and down.
you actually
actually
have to
put
put
them in
a-
a slab strong.
You have
You
to
can
put the
fit any slab.
Yes.
And show your slab.
Thank you.
you actually have to use 2 alien tapes. All right.
Okay,
to
that's
stick it to
fine,
the
but still
slab strong.
fits. So fit in his.
Dappz. It's nano gel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Question
So,
for you guys.
um,
I gotta go. Oh, go ahead, Dappz.
The Dappz Sports girls they yell at me when I say nano gel.
When you say what?
Nano gel. They say it's alien tape.
Alien
That
tape. Okay.
was a way for him to
I've never heard of that.
crowbar
before
that
in
he
my
has
life.
Dappz girls.
Yeah.
Do you
oh
have any
my
cash
God.
girls?
Jesus.
It's like
Cash
bringing up my
girls?
card.
You know,
You're a little better than that.
listen,
you can say
listen,
I'm just gonna
listen.
point
I think that Dappz. I think the Dappz girls should be the only ones.
it.
You know what I mean?
They should be back.
They're
stage.
great. They represent.
Wait,
very
are they
well.
Dappz dimes or Dappz dolls?
Shout out to the Dappz.
So there's
They're
Dappz
both.
dimes.
They're simultaneously
well, I know,
both.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Question for you guys. If there was for new categories, or not new categories, but like outside of the big 3 for sports, right? You got football, basketball, baseball. Outside of the big 3 for sports cards, what category, new category, or outside of the big 3, are you guys most interested in? And what category do you think has the most potential?
Soccer still.
Okay.
For the last, we've been talking. Everyone's been talking about for like last.
I
2
think
years.
soccer for sure.
2026 World Cup. Messi. I know he's
Everybody, you said that. Everyone
Soccer,
said that
man.
when it was 2022 World
no,
Cup.
but 2026 is different. Messi came to the States, and Mbappe.
Dude,
No.
you have more attention being paid to soccer than ever before. These guys are getting paid.
But they don't care about the
Crazy.
cards.
What's
yeah,
that?
but more
Not
people
yet.
know.
Not yet, buddy. Not yet.
We had an argument. We had a big debate, and
What do you think?
I think Messi coming to the American market just helps in general.
For
Regardless.
sure. For sure.
I was gonna say UFC.
I like UFC
I
too.
think there's also a tremendous opportunity in UFC because there's not as many eyeballs on it. So because there's less eyeballs, there's more opportunity if you're watching those preliminary fights to see a guy who's about to come up and snag his rookie card at a discount. Because-
easier to pay attention to like the up and comers and rookies and stuff. Like
Yep.
more opportunity.
Right,
Yeah.
and I just think there's less of them. Soccer is ridiculously difficult to track all the different leagues. Like
See,
it's not
that's-
easy.
That's what gets me. But I would say to counterpoint to the UFC is like how many more patties can come along. How many of these guys can
lot.
come along to?
There's a lot of crazy dudes out there that like to
that's-
fight.
well,
Well,
Like,
but that's the problem. They always get beat. Like there's not the GOAT of the
No.
UFC. There was for a long time. Like you thought there was, but
Well,
then
I
he
don't.
got
I
beat
don't.
and he's
Think, I
done.
think when John Jones retires, like he's the goat, and it's not really close.
Because some of these guys
he is
drag
the
it
GOAT.
on
There's-
too
that's
long,
not even-
and they lose 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
it's like
no, no,
it's
and I agree. I just think there's going to be a next Conor McGregor who's brash and outlandish and really supports the whole
That's the
industry. But
That's the beauty of all this, though, right? Like, you guys come and go. Like, you're not going to get a Michael Jordan every single,
No.
There's one Michael Jordan. There's one LeBron James. There's one Kobe Bryant. They're all pretty separated. They're generational talents. So.
and also, I mean, you could say the same thing about Tom Brady. There's not going to be another Tom Brady, and
Well-
then Mahomes comes in, and now. Listen, I don't think Mahomes is going to catch Brady, but if he wins another Super Bowl this year, he's got 3 in about the same amount of time that Brady won.
So
Yeah.
like every
So-
decade, you should. I mean, in sports, typically for me, I'm looking for like 2 or 3 guys every decade that are going to be like the generational GOAT type people that you're going to want to, collect. Like obviously in baseball, I think there's more. I think it's a little bit different with baseball. There's definitely more talent to follow.
when they're way younger in their uniform, like you can prospect way deep.
Yeah, but that's like why I like soccer, because if you can actually figure out the system and you can
Yeah, but
track
that's
it a
all going
little
to
bit
happen
better.
with football and basketball once Fanatics takes over. They're
What's
going to
that?
be able to go way back.
Right,
You're gonna
yeah,
be able to
no,
get the
those
college-
guys-
I
There's-
don't believe that those college unis are going to
No,
be
not
as
college
valuable.
uniform,
So
no.
like
No.
you will be able to prospect, but those cards won't be as valuable as the
No,
first
no.
prints
I love
of the
them, though, but, yeah,
jerseys
you're right.
that are licensed, right?
It's good.
So,
I think it's good though that you get some of that college love though, because there's like I think like Alabama, Texas, USC,
LSU,
like
dude.
LSU, like these colleges with crazy. They
already have
fan
diehard
bases and
collectors,
stuff.
yeah.
I think they're like those guys, but like if you don't go to one of those colleges, like nobody's gonna pick up like the next Arkansas great player, you know. No,
Yeah.
You know, and no hate. I love UCLA, but like there's probably not a ton of people investing
Yeah.
in like big time UCLA names. So.
Real quick, one other small category, just because it's one of my PCs. Absolutely love trying to collect Trinity Rodman.
What?
Trinity Rodman, women's soccer. Dennis,
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Rodman's daughter is on the USA team.
Oh.
She has some killer cards. Her autographs at like $100 out of. I'm sorry, at like $1,000 out of the. Yeah, so Trinity Rodman, simply because I'm a big fan of her father, and then I just kind of got into it. So like even women's soccer now, the World Cup's going on right now too. So a
Yeah.
little bump, but
Shout out to the girlies out there. Oh, actually, I think the women's basketball cards have actually been doing
Caitlin
pretty
Clark's
decent.
doing
Yeah,
really well.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Sabrina
there's-
just broke that 3-point record. So.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think there's gonna be a lot. It's great to see how many different like categories are coming up and new stuff. But like for me, I would agree with both of you, and the like soccer and UFC are definitely like for me the ones to look to and figure out. And there's opportunity there to really capitalize because it's still so early on.
Yeah, my only thing with soccer though, if you buy it, like if you're buying Messi, now you're buying him at the peak. Like,
No, but you're not looking for Messi right now.
no, but like what they said, it's so hard to figure out. Like, okay, do you buy the guy in like the Bundesliga league, or do you buy his national card, or do you buy like which one is the value?
soccer's hard. Soccer is harder than UFC because
there's so many leagues.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But like what I'm saying is that
Room
once
to grow. Yeah.
people figure it out and there's room to grow and all the leagues, like there's more coverage, like you know what I mean?
has the biggest audience,
It's
for
got
sure.
the. I mean, it's the biggest sport in the world. It's not even freaking close, bro. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen soccer stadiums?
Well,
Have you seen the type of these fans? Like,
I've only
like
been
if
to
you
MLS
wear
game.
the wrong jersey at a soccer game, they will literally, like, they'll put you in the dirt, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But there you go. Like I'm going to sell a slab chain to a guy, and he's going to put the wrong team. And he's going to get his chain snatched.
Nice plug.
And then to ship it out.
Somebody's coming up though. Somebody came up off of that Messi card, bro.
Yeah.
I played soccer all through high school. And you guys actually played
Yeah, I
soccer.
didn't make the-
I know. Well, you played football. It's probably the same season, right?
I played
Yeah.
soccer in kindergarten.
I did too.
I played soccer all the way up through
Dappz feet.
8th grade.
I got kicked off my soccer team for being too physical.
They were like, go to.
Yeah,
play
they
football.
tried to. They started you because you're real athletic in the front, and then they're like, "All right, this guy pushes too much. We'll put him on defense."
I just kept
And then they're like,
shouldering
"Okay,
everybody.
we can't have him.
I would chase after the
Red
ball.
card, red card."
I just lowered my shoulder anytime somebody got next to me.
That's insane. to me.
Technically, you can't do that. So.
Yeah, right. In soccer, you're just bowling people over.
I wanted to ask you guys because both of you have just you guys are killing it in your own rights, right? And we've been talking about what this national will be like. This national's packed. It's amazing. I don't see any slowdown in anything. So can you guys talk about a little bit what you guys have next, or if there's anything coming up that you're looking forward to or want to do next as part of your journey in the hobby?
Well, for me, obviously, cash cards is a huge, my huge focus. But I mean, we're opening up new locations. I want to continue to build out and grow awareness for Magic the Gathering specifically. I think that's a category that, I mean, it started TCG, and I know Pokemon's such a massive brand, but Magic is just underrepresented, especially here at the National. I think that there's a good amount of Pokemon, which is cool, but for me, next year, I'd like to work with, the people at the National and getting a TCG area set up and getting the correct, the good dealers and the good vendors here, and bringing some of that crowd and getting those people excited about the National, because it's such a great event, and it's supposed to represent all of trading cards, the National Trading Card Show, and I just feel
it
like
is sports though. Just
It is sports, but like it's
No, I think a whole separate
gotta
area
unify
is
it.
great.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
not like I don't want it to be everywhere, but I'm thinking that it should be
Dude,
represented.
TCG shows are ridiculous.
They're
on
love
a-
them.
They're great. They're great.
They're
but-
honestly way better than sports. Like just traveling to them as far as interaction, people like all the. Who was it?
they're very friendly.
Who they have like live performances, like huge
Oh, yeah.
Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah, I saw
Dude,
that. Yeah,
like that. I mean, that to me is
That's just fun, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's a lot of fun, but the booths are big. Everything's bigger. I'm talking about like, a show in Dallas versus the Dallas Card Show.
Yeah.
Like when you take sports and TCG, they do it way big, and obviously collect the con and all the cons.
But also imagine a show this size with like 4 different corners, and one's
Yes.
entertainment, and one's
Oh,
magic,
100%.
and one's sports,
Yeah.
and one's Star Wars,
Memorabilia,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
whatever it
whatever.
is, right?
I think
But-
you'd be better suited talking to like when Fanatics starts rolling their stuff out.
yeah.
Link it on that.
I would like to do both.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's just a size thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, who
there's
knows?
plenty of
Fanatics might be
space in
doing a show, 6 months from now.
I
Hopefully,
thought Fanatics
like-
said that they're not really interested in the TCG side of things.
That's why. Well, because they don't have a partner. Right?
Yeah, but I don't think that'll matter to their event side because they hired the guy who
That
ran
makes
Comic Con.
sense. That makes
and they're
sense.
letting
know what I
people
mean?
rip Pokemon on
Yeah,
TCG
yeah.
on
No,
their
I'm
lives,
just saying
so-
that it seems like obviously their focus is definitely sports, which is great. But like,
Believe me,
I think at shows though it makes sense that like it wouldn't matter whether or not like they're,
If Michael Rubin could have strong armed the Pokemon buy, he
there is
would have
no
bought it.
there is
like,
no there is no strong.
No, I
arm in
know. That's
Pokemon.
what, no, not people like own the brand. I'm saying.
Yeah.
The brand, they don't care. They don't.
Well,
they make
Pokemon is the
more-
biggest brand in the world. I don't
By
think.
far, there's no bigger
Yeah.
franchise than Pokemon.
Well, I know
no.
they're not bigger, but I think you'd like to see Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Get
So
out
is
there.
sick.
Star Wars is 4th. So
I know,
it's
but I'm saying you would
Pokemon
like to
and
see
like
them-
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, Hello Kitty is
You have a bunch
huge,
of Hello
bro.
Kitty
Hello
PS
Kitty
Corey
is
loves
lit.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
big Hello Kitty
Yeah.
guy. I'm gonna be on a Hello Kitty card.
And then I think
next
it's
year.
Mickey Mouse and then Star Wars.
Disney
So-
or just Mickey Mouse?
No, it's not Disney.
It's
as
just
a whole.
Mickey Mouse.
It's like just Mickey Mouse.
Well,
Wow,
that-
that's interesting.
Yeah, Disney owns Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, if it was just Disney would be above Pokemon just because they own so much.
I don't know though because
Well, they own Marvel
because
and
they
they
own
own Star
Marvel
Wars,
now
so,
too.
like-
Yeah, so I guess if Disney was
So basically, Mickey
but that's
Mouse.
not Disney's not technically a franchise.
No, but
No.
it would be if you combine Mickey and Star Wars. I think they'd jump Pokemon.
Then it jumped
Well, what
over.
about that? Have you what is your thoughts on? Because you're the true Magic guy, and in I know people that are real Magic guys too, where they're like, that's the first, that's like real.
Oh, it's where it all
Well, how do you feel
started.
about Laconia? Like, are you interested?
How do I feel about what?
What's it called?
Laconia, the new Disney.
Lorcana.
Lorcana.
I'm extremely excited for Lorcana.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. Yeah, I'm hopeful that they put a lot of time into making sure that the actual gameplay is really good. But as far as collectability is concerned, like, dude, Disney's been around since 1922. You've got like 3 or 4 generations of people who grew up like watching Disney movies and stuff. So like, in the amount of characters that they can, do.
Oh, yeah, dude. You
Obviously,
saw-
Disney owns
yeah.
Marvel. They own Star. You know what I'm saying? So
You
there's
saw all the grown ass men being like, "Oh, I pulled a Cinderella 101."
Dude,
It's like,
my
dude, chill out.
favorite movie in the world is Lion King.
Oh yeah.
My favorite movie, and
The
it will
original,
always,
though.
and it will, yeah, of course, dude, stop.
This
But,
new
but
one-
also, like, imagine a Timon and Pumbaa 101, and a Simba 101,
Dude.
and a Mufasa 101, and a
Bro,
out of 5,
Rafiki?
and a Golden,
Rafiki?
right? Like,
Imagine what's it
Rafiki's
called?
lit, bro.
right.
What was
Oh,
that?
how about the hyenas?
You don't need to tell me Rafiki's lit.
Yeah,
right?
how
right,
bad
I'm
are you
sorry,
judging
don't mean no
people that,
disrespect.
that
What
want
about
the
a
Star
past to
101?
present? What about a past to present like they did? Well, it wasn't that for football. What was it? Oh, passing the torch, but little Simba to big Simba, like dual,
Yeah.
You talking about Mufasa
dual
to
paw
Simba?
print. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can
Come
do
on,
that
bro.
too.
Come on, bro.
But
Little
even this would be a
No,
terrible
but-
card. But when Scar's holding Mufasa, like that could be an insane piece
Dude,
of
you're a
art.
psychopath.
You know what-
Nobody
no,
wants to
no,
see
that's
that.
a-
You're
I-
gonna get everybody
I'll wear that
crying.
101 around my neck.
Yeah.
I think that should be definitely like every Disney movie has that moment that's like really really sad.
Yeah.
Why not make that into a card? Like I think it's
'Cause
kinda,
it's
it's
really,
a little
really
bit dark.
sad.
It's a little bit dark, but like that's kind
Yeah.
of like Star Wars. You've got the Jedi's and then you've got the Siths. Everybody.
Maybe we should make Emperor cards or
Yeah,
Darth
and then
Vader.
maybe we can get that card and we can grade it be a 101 and we can take it down to a stampede and just throw it in.
Now you're
Like
thinking.
the guy at the Lord of the Rings.
For
Yeah,
once on this
following
pod,
the
you've used
lore.
your
Yep.
brain, Corey. Good,
Living
good
the
work.
plan.
Where are you gonna find a stampede?
I would guess Africa.
Africa.
He's from Baltimore.
I mean, I'm not going. I'm against plane rides that long, but you guys are.
And are you gonna take
Jet
Darth
setters.
Vader to the Death Star and
Yeah.
blow it up? Like,
That's
what are you
not
gonna do?
real. So,
That would be sick.
Just saying.
That would be really sick. I don't know how you would. We'd have to get creative with the
The amount of
stars.
money you put in those cars, you would never let somebody blow it up with a lightsaber.
I really want this guy to
would.
throw the magic card in the lava. I'm
I do
I'm
too.
on that.
But they just told me if this other guy bought it though, like it's probably not gonna happen.
What do we think
if
it's
the
sold
dude
for?
who I know wants to destroy it bought it, then it wouldn't. You wouldn't be reporting the news. I would for sure.
Do we
So
have
I'm
any idea how
concerned.
much
But I'm
this thing
saying,
sold
you
for?
know, the other
No
guy
clue.
that I heard bought it.
Wait, do you think?
I know that David Adams backed out of their $1 million bounty.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
I heard they got
Wouldn't you just
overbid.
take it?
It went for more.
What, dude? This is what I'm saying though. It's so much mystery behind this
I
story.
can't wait that
They
this
haven't-
I'm going to be
No.
completely wrong.
I've had
I don't
people-
care.
I've had
But if I'm
people
right,
tell
you
me-
heard it here.
I've had people tell me that there's no bids. A lot of people tell me there's no bids and they're not getting any interest. And then I've had people tell me that somebody said they're going to do a $2.6 million bid. But
I heard it's done. It'll be announced today or tomorrow. Some big announcement.
I'm like, I need to know.
Can we
I
do a
really-
lava Kickstarter?
Listen, I know a lot of people that would get behind that, bro. And that's actually, so this guy's name's Dan Bakke. It's a very interesting story. He basically has been buying reserve list for like probably close to 20 years. He had a website like dedicated to only buying like reserve lists and power cards. He owns over 200 Black Lotuses, which means that he probably owns like 200, 300, 400 of all the other power pieces. He's a massive whale in the industry, and he's the one who wants to destroy this card. Like he's dedicated. He wanted to do a Kickstarter. He was gonna do a Kickstarter and raise whatever the seller wanted, and blah blah blah. But I don't think it's going.
Yeah,
down
that's a
like
hard
that.
sell, man. Like, give me money so I can like.
Well, he
if
was
it's
willing
give
to
me-
put like he was willing to put like 100,000 down, right? And whether the Kickstarter went right or not, whether it went, he would have gotten to keep the $100,000.
But what would have been cool is if like like Kickstarter they do like levels.
Yeah.
Like you could buy like a trip to watch it happen. Like be a part of
like
it.
your contribution is
Right.
like 25K.
Like
and then-
25K, but that
and
gets
then-
you a flight to wherever
Right,
it goes.
yeah,
and
we'll
you're,
buy
like,
you the
part
flight,
of it,
and
right?
like
Maybe
we'll get
I
a big
could-
Airbnb or some shit.
Maybe I could
There'd be so many hypebeasts there.
Maybe I could raise money to fly people to space and just throw the Kurosawa into space,
That sounds very expensive.
and it'll just float.
Yeah, well,
That's a great idea.
If there's
I mean,
a
if
Little
you could pull
Mermaid
that off,
card,
it'd be
I would
big time,
advise
right?
not.
I'll get behind
or
it.
Titanic
I don't know what's
card,
better,
don't do
lava
that.
or space.
Titanic reference.
It might instantly freeze. It's like the opposite of lava.
Yeah. That's
Now
interesting.
your brain's
That's
going.
hot. I like that.
This guy
So-
just made a terrible joke talking about a Titanic card. Cancel.
You wouldn't want to take that one
Cancel him,
down.
Dappz.
Wow.
Too soon.
I need,
I don't understand.
and
I
I'm
don't.
dark.
I don't.
You don't get the submarine? Anyway, so now you probably know more about it. Is it true? Maybe it was just glorified. Was it just a random magic collector that got it?
I heard that the
I-
guy doesn't really know that much about magic.
But okay, is that you saying that because you know way too much, or
No, but
Could he be like a collector?
It's all hearsay. I
Right.
have no idea. I've never spoken to this
I
man.
wanted to
so-
believe that it was like somebody who's an actual, not even just a normal, like got the golden ticket.
Probably. He's definitely not like one
Not
of these
like
kids running
backyard
around.
buying, right?
Yeah, he's not one of these kids running around like that would have just like probably broken down and cried and like, it would have been cool. He got a lawyer as soon as he got the car. Like
Really smart.
no real magic collector, okay, would have got a lawyer right away.
Yeah.
They would have there would have been some
Gone
sort
on
of
tour with it.
experience. They would have showed people. They would have been, you know what I mean? It would
Probably
have
they
been fun.
didn't. They wouldn't have wanted to sold it at first, right?
They probably
would have held it.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Play
It's
one
a
game
lot. It's a
with
lot of money you're talking
Yeah,
about. So,
yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
for me, the whole thing is like nobody has any contact to this guy. There's no way to really find out what's going on. There was a ton of hype, and they just let all the hype die.
Did he just buy a box and ripped it? How did it go down? Do we know?
just
That's what they
he
said.
bought a box
Yeah,
up
I
in
think
Canada
Brad
and ripped
graded
it,
it
bro.
for him.
And what were the boxes
Yeah.
going for?
At the top of the market, they were like over $500 a box.
What's the
Wow.
normal? What's the retail?
For collectors boxes, it's like anywhere from like $220 to like
That's not as
some of the
bad
more
as I
expensive
would have
ones, like-
thought, though, because
So they only doubled in price.
yeah, I mean
Wow.
that's really not as bad.
But you're talking about Magic the Gathering, though, guys.
Well,
We're
let me
not
just
talking
put
about-
that in perspective, though. When Chrome Galaxy Star Wars dropped, it came out at 150, and it went all the way up to 800.
Yeah.
And it's now
because
at
they put a
6.
bounty on it.
But this is
Right.
what people in the sports community are used to chasing bounties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
There is no people still haven't grasped that you can pull a soul ring that's worth $30,000 and you can pull soul ring that's worth there's serialized cards that are worth thousands of dollars now
In those boxes
in
still.
those boxes.
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
they haven't quite adjusted to it. And the other thing is like it's investors, right? Like there's investors in sports.
Yeah.
Right? There's not a ton. Like there are investors in Magic,
But not like
but it's
sports,
not
right.
it's not like these $50 million financial groups that are coming together and like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna spend 25 mil a year on sports collections and wax and holding and all that stuff. Like that's not happening in Magic.
Do you want to see that though? Do you want to see the Magic
I would
grow,
love
or
to
do you
see
love
that.
you love
Absolutely.
the space where it's at? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's first off, it's the original trading card game. It's the best game in the world. I'm telling you, there is no better game.
I honestly
out
don't
there.
think I'm smart enough to play it.
Yeah.
That's sad that you think.
I
that.
know.
It's sad that it's true.
I
That's the
know.
problem.
It's
Yeah,
probably even more sad
yeah.
that it's true. Yeah, but it's an amazing game. The collectability is top tier, and the great part about it is they do have that reserve list, so all of the most expensive cards are protected.
Oh, very. So
Cash, will
and
you teach me how to play Magic?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think that would make for some great content too.
I
think we should
actually,
definitely run
I
that.
want to join that too. I
Would
want to
you?
learn.
Would you?
No, I'd love to learn.
Okay.
But my problem is I'll get obsessed with it.
Yeah, you will. 100% you will.
That's what I'm worried about. I got too many obsessions.
His wife will find him in the closet with
Oh, yeah.
empty
Well, maybe she'll
wrappers.
play. That'd be great.
You, I don't know, man. If you don't have that much time, I wouldn't suggest like starting.
still
Magic
wanna
right
learn.
now. Yeah.
So to bring this kind of full circle, can you scan all the Magic cards?
Okay, yeah, well, guys, we need to take a second to talk about LUTX first and foremost. I've been a part of LUTX for about 2 years now, and where it started to where it is now is amazing, bro. Like, this is by far the best app on the market. They're scanning everything with accuracy. They're giving you accurate prices, and they're constantly improving the app. Okay, we've got Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, every sports category for the most part. And they're doing new. I mean, this feature hasn't dropped yet, but we showed Dappz and the boys.
We talked about it yesterday.
The eBay connector. I mean, dude,
That is
I've been going around.
How long does it typically take you guys to put a card on eBay?
I don't do it because it literally.
You don't do it
takes-
because it takes too long.
because when I first started doing it, I try to get real specific on everything. So it's taking me a good minute, 2 minutes per.
2 minutes, okay.
More than 2
He doesn't
More than
do
2 minutes.
anything.
Okay,
No
let's say
way.
that the
No,
average is
Dappz
around
a
2
liar.
to 5 minutes, right? Okay, with LUTX, you can do it in like 30 seconds.
Dude, I walked
That's-
around the show yesterday. I swear I scanned a card at a table and,
And
listed it
It's
for more.
not 2 minutes. It's more than 2 minutes, by the way. And
Yeah.
it's because eBay has built out so many different fields.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, but
Yeah.
you kind of get
then
overwhelmed
if you
by
get
it while
one
you're
of them
filling it
wrong,
out.
yeah.
Right. So this app connect is nuts.
It's
And
insane.
the fact that it just scans this card,
Yeah.
boom, click a couple
Yeah.
buttons,
So-
and set your price, and now it's on eBay. It's unbelievable.
And if it's
I'm a
sold,
card flipper now because of it.
and if it's sold, you press one button and it's off of eBay. How hard is it to get cards off eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
You
the thing, though. I think what you just announced, and we talked about a little yesterday, I think that is such an underrated big thing that happened in the hobby that I learned about this week. That
It's
you
huge.
go, because eBay is such a good, I mean, this place is whatnot, all this other
Right.
stuff. eBay is where the cards is
Yeah,
being
where
sold.
the cards live, yeah, for sure. But like, here's the other thing too: is like if you're a shop, right, and you're seeing LUTX, they can scan stuff and put it onto eBay. Well, if you're a big enough shop and you do a partnership with LUTX, what if you could scan a card and put it straight onto your website? How much time would you save then? You know what I'm saying? What if I can hire somebody to sit down and scan cards all day long and they go straight to my website?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves eBay, that's great. But like if you're a business like us, you know what I mean? Like I want people coming to my website. I want you going to cashcardsunlimited.com, Dappz Sports. not only are you able to connect to eBay or TCG Player or all these places like that, the capabilities will be there, and they are building them out. I can guarantee you, because I've been pressuring them to do it for a long time.
Yeah, could you imagine having Cash standing over you, be like, "Oh yeah, I need that done now,"
Yeah,
and just stand there and wait for him to code it?
I mean, well, imagine this: if I go buy a card out on the floor, and I scan it, and it's on my website, like
Right, you
like
can literally
now,
sell it before you get home.
right?
Yeah.
So I could be here all weekend long. I could, like, somebody joked about it. Like, they're like, I'm gonna go scan a bunch of people's
That was
cards.
me.
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go scan a bunch of people's cards. I'm
And
gonna
list
put them
them.
up on eBay for more than they are on the table. And if they sell, then I just go buy them. And I'm like, that's a hustle.
It's a tricky business, guys. Don't get into it.
I'm
gonna
sure
run
it
this
is.
thing
It's
myself.
probably tough. It's risky.
Yeah,
But like, if you master
could
it, like, that's a kind of a
could
hustle right there.
sacrifice your whole eBay account because if they do sell and you don't get them in time. But it's the fact that you're able to do that, right?
Crazy.
And like do it quick and efficiently.
Yeah.
Because out there, every show, every national, the internet's an issue, right? I went out there and I tried it. I swear, I don't know if every card popped up. Every card said, want to list now. Yeah. And I never had any connection issue. Yeah. Obviously, that's something to do with sell, but it has to do with how the site was built. And it seems like it was built right.
It's amazing. It's true. I mean, dude,
Like,
the
stuff
CTO
wasn't
is a genius,
yeah.
bro. He's shout out to him. Shout out to Brian Ludden and the whole LudX team. You guys are amazing. I love you.
Yep.
I love you.
Let's end on that note. You guys, any plugs? Where you want? You guys are all hell on cards.
You guys go
Where do you
first.
want to see your cards?
You go first.
Nothing. I just also appreciate you guys from the beginning, both of you. Ever since I met you in this hobby, you guys have both treated me fantastic. So I love you guys for what you're doing. So more success for you guys. I actually just made a big deal. What I gotta tell you guys after. I'm the supply king now. And that's it. But yeah, slabstrong.com. And yeah.
I would like a hat made
I
the
do
same
too.
size as Slab Strong's, and I want Corey to make it, and I'll wear it around the show.
I don't make hats, dude.
I want to say thank you to LudX again. Really incredible app. The tech I saw, I'm super impressed. I'm super excited to use it. And if you want to win a free slab, come over to the Dappz Sports booth. We're giving away slabs. 1, 2, 3, 2.
I'll be hitting right
Yep.
over there.
And then look, when you win that slab, you can scan it on Ludux and get paid.
Sell it on eBay.
Yep. Exactly.
Immediately.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, shout out to LudX. I love you guys. Cashcardsunlimited.com. If you're looking for any type of trading cards, we have it all. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And if you can beat Cash in a game of Magic, I'll personally give you a custom display. Anybody out there?
If you can beat
challenge
me
it.
in a game of Magic, I will give you a $500 card.
There we go. All right, somebody bring it.
Magic card.
I didn't bring my deck, or I would challenge him.
Slab business is your one-stop shop for all things epic.